Hi, Jake. I'm Jared Drew for Gays Around the World Television.
Nice.
We are out there talking about movies that deal with sexual orientation. In this film, of course, it's a big subject matter. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. Obviously, I'm a trans guy, so, for me to be a part of this movie was absolutely amazing. I'm a big fan of queer cinema. I actually make films as well, which all have an LGBT theme, and I think it's very important that those stories are being told.
My hair is, sorry to interrupt you, my hair is standing up right now because I really wanted to have some of that T represented in the LGBTQ, and it's a big part of what Gays Around the World does. It is all about getting a chance to talk to artists like you. So continue with what you were saying, and I have just a couple more questions after that.
No problem. So I actually consulted on the film and helped Denise Goff, who plays Uncle Max. And Uncle Max obviously was this character who's probably, for all we know, an early transgender male character, but obviously back then wouldn't have been able to transition physically, wouldn't have had hormones, or wouldn't have had surgeries as I have had. And so I sat with Denise and kind of we spoke about what it is to be a trans person and the changes and the feelings and the when I knew that I was trans. And because obviously Kira's lover on this is someone who wears male clothing, who is female body but wears male clothing and lives that life back in a time when it would have been almost impossible to live that life. And both of them, as it turns out, Uncle Max had a very unfortunate death, as a lot of queer people back then used to do. And Colette has been a huge inspiration to hundreds of thousands of young girls across France, because she's a massive deal in France, Colette. She's their most famous female authoress, which is obviously an incredible thing anyway. But when you realise that she's actually carved a trail and blazed this path for young queer people across the world over 100 years ago, the woman's a heroine. She was incredible.
Jake Graf, do you have anything you'd like to say to the gays around the world? We are on Instagram right now, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and we have our own website as well. So we're streaming online. I'm sure there's a lot of people that would be extremely inspired.
This is my wife, actually. She also is trans.
Hi, how are you? Jared from Gays Around the World, nice to meet you. What's your name?
Hannah Graf.
Hannah, pleasure to meet you, Hannah Graf. Congratulations on your marriage.
She's actually the highest ranking transgender officer in the British Army. So she's
wow, that is amazing.
Incredibly impressive. And I just like to say, to all your viewers, I've been a huge part of the LGBT community since I was young. I was a big part of the lesbian community before I transitioned. And obviously, we campaign tirelessly, the two of us, for trans children and for their rights and for the rights of older trans people. And I think it's just important to remember, where there are all these divisions within our communities, there are at the moment, pretty much across the world, that we are all getting vilified and beaten and bullied by the same people, and that we are so much stronger together. And I think it's just important that we all stick together and we will win the fight. And one day we will all be living a happy life where we can walk down the street and be ourselves without any kind of fear or threat.
Absolutely. Congratulations from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you.
This is fantastic. It really, really is.
Thank you so
much. We're
much.
turning a new page, and it's because of people like you that do not give up.
Thank you so much.
I mean, with all my heart. Thank you so much. Fantastic. Thanks a lot, guys.